एक कहानी बताती हूँ. I'll tell one story. There were two brothers. One was very rich and the other one was not. So he came to his younger brother and said, मेरे पास Bentley है, मेरे पास Rolls Royce है, मेरे पास Mercedes है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? So क्या है? So what will be the answer of that boy? मेरे पास vision है.
I believe we are in a day and an age and a time where we're looking for visionaries. We need visionaries that can set the pathway of what our future looks like. To get behind someone that has that type of vision is something I support 110%. And Dr. Sharma, you have done that excellently. You have set a vision that all of us inspire to want to walk out.
कि गाड़ी चलाने के लिए पेंसिल सेट डालते हैं. थोड़ा बड़ा हो गया तो पता चला कि उसमें थोड़ा सा
Afternoon and good morning, my dear friends. Myself, Dr. Shama Hussain, founder and CEO of International Institute of Influencers. Today there is something special, something legendary, something fabulous things going to happen in Global Express TV, my dear friends. Each and everyone might have heard a small thing, a small quote that I never dreamt of success, but I worked for it. इतने बड़े बनो जब आप खड़े हो तो कोई बैठा ना रहे. इतने बड़े बनो कि जब आप खड़े हो तो कोई बैठा ना रहे. I think इतने बड़े legendary legend, Dr. Sandeep Marwah ji, he is with us today. You know, my dear friends, I always used to think that why we should follow the brands. We must create our own brand. We must work hard to create our own brand. And such a brand is Dr. Sandeep Marwah ji. He has created his own brand where each and every single person in the world knows him. Everyone knows him for his simplicity, for his hospitality. You know, for me, he's a man of magical voice. I always call him man of magical voice, with which he inspires, motivates, and electrifies the people. Electrifies. So today he is here with us on a special celebration, special purpose, that is 35 years of leadership. 35 years of Noida Film City, 35 years of struggles, 35 years of ups and downs, peaks and valleys. Oh my God, we feel so happy by seeing a small success, right? Just passing an examination, getting a small job. This makes us so happy. Can you imagine the happiness, the walls, the boundaries of a person who has created 35 years of Noida Film City on his own motivation, on his own inspiration, in spite of lots of rejections, lots of struggles. So we are here to know this 35 years of leadership. We, International Institute of Influencers, feel honored and extend lots of gratitude, lots of respect to Dr. Sandeep Marwah ji for accepting our invitation and coming here to influence each and every one of you. Sandeep Marwah ji, a very warm welcome to our International Institute of Influencers Global Express TV. Sandeep
Good evening, Shama Hussain ji. Good evening. Thank you very much for giving me this beautiful opportunity to be with you on Global Express TV. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep Marwah ji. Thank you so much for making our day. Honestly, everyone today, so many people asked me like, what's going to happen? I said, yes, we are going to have a roller coaster ride of so many emotions and feelings. So Sandeep Marwah ji, 35 years of leadership. So I want to know from you, like, what are the emotions, that feeling of contentment, feeling of what's feelings? I want to know from you those feelings that are passing on in your brain, body, soul, everything. What are those feelings of emotions?
If you ask me, Shama Hussainji, you're right. There is definitely change in the thinking. There's definitely change in the emotions. I feel very patriotic. I feel very nationalist. I feel very sensible. I feel matured. I feel it's time to give back to the society. I feel that the whole world is your family. The whole country is your brothers and sisters. And I think this kind of a feeling at this stage gives you another level of motivation to work for the nation, work for the people, work for the humanity, and serve the nation, serve the human beings.
Wow. Work for the nation, work for the people, work for the humanity. Wonderful, Sandeep Marwah. Means now you have reached to a stage where you are almost ready to give everything of yours to the nation with your wonderful experiences that you have gained. It's really amazing, Sandeep Marwah.
The best part is that it's been 44 years I'm in creative arts, and we have gone through ups and downs of life, ups and downs of businesses, and you have heard best of the things possible from the people, from the community, from the people around you. You have worked on every step. You have been criticized. You have been, and that has helped us in amending, altering, adding, subtracting, anything and everything possible on your career point of view, from your character point of view, from your working point of view. And a time has come when you feel that you have attained a position where you can actually teach people, you can guide people, you can support people.
Wonderful. You have actually built up a kingdom of AFT, kingdom of Marwah Studios. It's and not only AFT and Marwah Studios. When I have personally visited you, I have seen a big kingdom of awards. It's not awards. It's not awards. It's your hard work. It's your respect that people has given to you for your work, for your hard work, and the way I have seen your awards, your felicitations. Just you are an king, Sandeep Marwah, and you are ruling in everyone's heart.
No, yes, I know that. I remember now that you went into that particular room, which has been decorated with all the laurels and accolades we have received so far. I'm happy we have crossed a limit of 1,100 awards from all over the world, which includes number 190 international awards, probably highest in the country today. But then, trust me, every award brings back to you a sense of responsibility. It brings back to you a little more hard work. It brings back to you little more sense of satisfaction that yes, whatever you are doing, people have recognized your efforts, your hard work, your honesty, and your contribution to, especially to media and entertainment industry, art and culture, education, all these things, which all are my forte.
Oh, wonderful, Sandeep Marwah. And also you are spreading this. This is contagious. That ripples you are passing. And I haven't seen you have said no to anyone who are budding stars also, who are budding and want to evolve. Every time you have given your time, minimum time, even me, including me, to come up and inspire and encourage all the time. This is really a big matters to everyone, Sandeep Marwah.
Now, I think you learn from your own life. You learn from your own experiences. Now, I go back many years back when we were working hard, trying hard. I must say, when we were struggling, and that was a time it was very difficult to enter into any celebrities or any important officer's room. You had to wait for hours and hours together just to get a glimpse of a senior officer. Forget about talking to him or her, because the first response always been to newcomer is, we have no time for you. then what is the use of the time, that time, if you cannot guide or upgrade or support the young generation who are the future of the nation, who are the future of this world? So what is the use of your experience? And I made it a point that as and when I've been growing, I made it a point that I must carry people along with my side. Not only that they don't have to take an appointment from me. They should treat me as their friend. They should treat me as their guide. They should treat me as their mentor at the same time, because they must grow. I must see the growth. If I have helped them, supported them, if I have mentored them, then I must see their growth side by side. That should be the spirit for anyone and everyone who thinks that he or she is an experienced person. Keeping your experience, your education, your knowledge is useless if it is not being distributed to the real needy people who cannot afford to educate themselves to a highest level, people who are less experienced, people who are unprivileged. I think it's a duty, it's a dharma that we must give them the best of the experience we have gained from our life. Rest is entirely up to them, whether they accept it or don't accept it. But then I always believe that it's my dharma to pass on my best of the experience possible to them. And that's the reason that anyone who comes back to me, they say that we have saved time, we have saved a large number of resources, money, and gained this kind of an experience. Otherwise, they would have shed large amount of time or money. So I think this is necessary, this is needed.
And you are doing it, Sandeep Marwah, and you are doing it. This is highly impossible for everyone. It's highly impossible.
That's right from my heart. There is no compulsion, there is no pressure, there is no one who's telling me. But I feel it's necessary. As a Indian, I must see to it that my fellow brothers and sisters in India must grow. And why not?
And Sandeep Marwah, I want to ask you one question. So, mashallah, you are successfully leading in the world. Can I ask you, to whom do you like to contribute your success?
Oh, first of all, I'm very happy that you are telling me as successful. I'm still a struggler. Trust me. I feel I'm a struggler. And every morning when I get up, get ready and go to my office, I feel that it's another day which we have to work hard, work honestly to add on to something more than what all we have done so far. Well, whatever, if you say that, yes, a bit of success, whatever I've attained so far, I think the total credit goes back to my parents first, my mother, my father, because we've been brought up so well with the best of the culture at home, with best of the traditions at home. I'm definitely indebted to my school, which is Sardar Patel Vidyalaya, my college, Bhagat Singh College, my university, Delhi University, because I've done many different courses, and my all other institutions. Trust me, I from a core of my heart, I'm so thankful to each and every teacher, each and every institution which I have attended, because I've learned from them, because they are the people who have shed their best of the knowledge during my learning in the classroom. So I think you have to treat them as your teachers, and these teachers are with you at different stages. So I think if I would have not been an obedient student in my school, college, or in my professional career, if I would have not been a decent son to my parents, probably I would have never been able to learn more. So whatever my father, my mother, my institutions bestowed upon me, I carried with me as a real education. And that has helped me in understanding life better.
So you are demonstrating Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, and Guru Devo Bhava. Almost, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Wonderful, Sandeep Marwah. And even just I want to know a glance about your father, Sandeep Marwah. I heard he influenced you a lot. If you can share to every one of us how he has influenced you.
Well, the fact is that I have heard a lot of stories from my father because 1947, when there was a partition of the country, and all my father and his family, they had to rush towards this part of the country, India, and they had to leave that part of the country, which was declared as Pakistan. They lost everything in what they had in life. They were a very well-to-do family in Peshawar and now in Pakistan, and they all came just because they wanted to save their life and they wanted to be on this side of the country. And my father, who was last in the row, everyone had already shifted out to New Delhi. He was the last in the row. He had to sell the house, he had to sell the shop and other assets so that at least he can carry some kind of a money to start or begin again in New Delhi. Unfortunately, he got the buyer, but the money which he was carrying was lost at the airport itself. Because when he reached airport, there was a panic, there was a crowd, there was a rush. A 40-seater aircraft was already turned into like a platform. All chairs were thrown out from the aircraft, and they were trying to put in more than 100 people into the aircraft to carry them back to this side. And when this young boy, who was just 18, my father, when he rushed towards aircraft, the money which he was carrying in his jacket, that jacket was left at the airport. And only 200 rupees he was carrying in his pants pocket. And that was the beginning of my father's career in New Delhi. So this is a beginning, and then the kind of a struggle, the hard work, the torture, the pains, the family demands, the 18 or 20 hours working around the clock to earn money, to reestablish themselves, to feed the family. Those days, those stories have taught us a lot. And I think I owe everything to my father, because when we were grown up, and when I heard these stories, and I realized that we are in a much comfortable stage. We were in best of the schools. We had best of the facilities. Those days I'm talking about. We have best of the clothes and best of the things possible. And I saw my parents sacrificing every time for their family, including their children's pleasure for someone's need. And we realized that it's so important to support people, to help people, and that quantum of business is much more important than the extraordinary pleasure by having a very expensive television, or a very expensive video, or a very expensive car, or a very expensive food at the star hotels. So we were all curtailed from all those kind of benefits, because my father wanted to help his whole family till they all settled down. So these things have taught you a lot. And humanity is the real religion, we have learned, that irrespective of your caste, creed, religion, region, status, color, rich or poor, whatever you have to keep in mind, everything is away. The most important religion on earth should be the humanity. And that's what we learned from my father.
Amazing, Sandeep Marwah. That's the reason I think this is what you are carrying it towards the future generation as well, and you are spreading it. Your simplicity, your resiliency reflects that. And thank you for sharing with us this inspiration and motivation of your father and his spirit. It's really amazing, and lots of respects to him from all of us, Sandeep Marwah. Sandeep Marwah, in Hindi, there is one song called as हारी बाजी को जीतना हमें आता है, हारी बाजी को जीतना हमें आता है. So, कैसे जीतते हैं? How to win, Sandeep Marwah?
See, first of all, we must all learn that there is no alternate to hard work. whatever said and done, how many techniques are going to be there, how many electronics and electrical facilities you're going to get, how many inventions and discoveries have taken place. But trust me, there is no alternate to hard work. Punctuality, regularity, sincerity, dedication. They are the four pillars of success. So anyone who wants to achieve something in life, they must carry these four pillars. If one of the pillars you will find missing, probably you will be delayed in achieving your goals. So first, anyone who, imagine, learn from the world leaders. Have you ever seen any prime minister or president coming late on the international conventions and summits? Everyone will enter 1 minute before the scheduled time. Tuck, tuck, tuck. All of them you'll find immediately at the same time. That's the spirit we need. And this is what I've been trying to teach to the countrymen, that punctuality pays in life. If you're going to respect time, time will respect you. Remember that. And that should be the spirit. I've never been late in any of the events, any of the setups, any of the classes. And then you have to work for it. Nothing comes easy, by the way. You have to work for it. You have to work on your schedules. You have to work on your commitments. You have to work on your appointments. And never anyone should say that you are late or I'm feeling let down because of you, because you're late. This is probably the worst thing or abuse of today's world. So this one has to learn these things. Then the most important thing is regularity. It's a commitment. If you have said something, if you have proposed something, if you have committed something to someone, it must be fulfilled. Even if you have to go to a loss or a loss of time, loss of resources, loss of money, it doesn't matter. Because once you are committed, once you have obeyed your own commitment, once you have proved to the world that you're a man of commitment, trust me, people will start believing you. People will trust you. People will rely on you. And that's how you get more business, more and better people start coming into your life. So this is very necessary, that you have to be a man of commitment. रघुपति प्रीत सदा चली आई, प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए. This country has given us Lord Rama. We have to learn from him. कि एक दफा मुंह से बात निकल गई कि yes, I'm ready to go for 14 years of exile. He went. He never said no. He obeyed the orders of his father also. So this is a kind of these are gestures which you have to pick up from your own epics or your own history. So I think this is how you go. And dedication. If you have adapted a job, if you have accepted a commitment, then prove it. Put your best into it. Don't say कि हो जाएगा, कर लेंगे, देख लेंगे. No, it must be done. You have to give your 100% to that commitment, to that job. So punctuality, regularity, and sincerity comes automatically the minute you make up your mind, because you have to create that mindset, that leniency, that easy go attitude, laid back attitude. All these things must be thrown out, because success you will never get in the comfort zone. Any and everyone who all have worked hard and they have gone out of their comfort zone, they are being called achievers. You have to read the books of all those achievers who have done well. I think I'm lucky. My parents, when I was a kid, they brought a lot of books on some of the achievers, who the prime ministers, the presidents of the country, the top industrialists of the nation. If you read their stories, you'll get a shock. Oh my God! Someone we are admiring today started his career from peanuts. So this is how you have to build up. And I think when I read all those stories, stories inspired me, and I made it a point that why can't we write our own story? Why there should be a time when people should read your story, that how you have worked hard, how you have struggled, and bit by bit, brick by brick, you have built up a small setup for your own self, and create a new story. Let people read that also. So I think all these things, they inspire you, your surroundings, your people around you. And the most important thing, obviously, is the positive thinking. Carry a positive thinking with you. And trust me, if you think positive, the whole universe will start helping you.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Sandeep Marwah. It is. I was just flowing through whatever you are telling, and especially about the books that you said. Yes, very true, Sandeep Marwah. It really inspires when we read the stories and how they have overcome everything. But Sandeep Marwah, here I want to ask, in your 35 years journey of this leadership journey, ऐसा कोई वक्त है जिधर when you felt is बहुत ही disappointed that you means जितना आपने मेहनत की, how much hard work that you have done is gone up. Means you felt very hurted. Is there any incident like that, Sandeep Marwah, that hurted you?
Well, without quoting the incident, I can always say that there are many times during all these years where you feel sometimes disappointed, you feel let down, you feel cheated, you feel that you've been made fool of. But then, trust me, you have to have control on yourself, on your emotions. Because the minute you just have to again change your mindset. If you think that, oh my God, I've been cheated, let down, or this has happened with me, and carry with that notion, carry with that emotion for a long period of time, then you're a loser. But the minute you change your mindset and you feel that this particular happening is a stepping stone to the next step, then it will not matter to you. If you know that this is going to happen or something like this can happen because you are heading for a better, bigger, and a smarter goal, this is a step. Take a step, revive your efforts, put more efforts, change your thinking, change a different pattern of catching up on the same goal. I'm sure you're happy the next day. So after all, I'm also a human being. So those emotions do come back to you, but then you should learn how to overcome them and treat all these kind of situation as a step to your next goal. And that's okay. So anything which happened, you take it, oh, ये तो होना था, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, दोबारा कर लेंगे.
जी संदीप मारवा जी, एग्जैक्टली व्हाट यू सेड इज वेरी ट्रू. संदीप मारवा जी, मुझे ये पूछना था कि जब आप व्हेन यू स्टेप इन योर ऑफिस, व्हेन यू स्टेप इन योर ऑफिस, व्हाट इज द फर्स्ट फीलिंग दैट कम्स इन? जब आप आते हैं, मींस जब आपने इतना बड़ा अंपायर खड़ा रखा है, मींस यू विल फील समथिंग विल बी देयर व्हेन यू एंटर इनसाइड विद लॉट्स ऑफ गोल्स. मींस क्या होगा आपके, मींस व्हाट विल बी द इमोशंस?
Shama Hussain ji, I tell you one thing. The minute I reach my office, every day, this is my exercise, this is my habit today. The minute I put first step on my campus, a sense of gratitude. This is my habit. I feel so thankful to Almighty for all that He has given to us. Probably I may not be eligible, capable enough for that kind of I'm so thankful to my Almighty. I may not be capable of all that. So I feel all my gratitude to Almighty, to my parents, to my institutions, to my workers, to my co-workers, my faculty, my administration, my students, my colleagues, my friends, people around me, people who have blessed us, people who have cooperated us, people who have been in our relation, my relatives, my real family, my extended family. I'm obliged to everyone for anything and everything. And I quote that anyone who has been to my studios, even for a half an hour, 1 hour, maybe for one class, maybe for one event, I extend my heartiest thanks to each and everyone for contributing in my success.
I was expecting this, Sandeep Marwah, that for sure you are a person like that. And personally, when I was there, I have seen that Sandeep Marwah, and that's the reason I asked you, because it was showing your hard work, the way you have built it is built on the hopes, ambitions, goals, everything. So, and you are passing those all to these new budding students that are in your organization.
And I have a habit. The minute I am in my office, I am just one of the workers of Marva Studios. I'm not chairman there. I'm just one of the workers. You will find me doing all those odd jobs where probably no chairman may like to do it, but I don't mind it. It doesn't matter to me, actually.
It is yours, Sandeep Marwah. Means, yes, dignity of labor. That's what you are reflecting to others as well. It is not the matter of bada ya chota, and you are showing that. That's what the leaders do, Sandeep Marwah, and you are showing the etiquettes of leadership. Yes, coming to the etiquettes of leadership, Sandeep Marwah, in this 35 years of leadership, you have shown immense etiquettes to each and everyone in the world. So, any milestone etiquettes, Sandeep Marwah, that you would like to advise to everyone, which we ignore maybe, which we ignore such an etiquette, and people may think this, why should we do this? We are leaders, something like that. So, can you rise down this curtain, Sandeep Marwah, for this?
I think it's very important to be vigilant. That's one very important thing. You may have 10 workers, you may have 1,000 workers in your organization, but you have to be vigilant. That's very important, one. And second, very important, the most important thing is that you have to trust your people. You have to trust your staff. You have to trust your co-workers. Because you must have a big heart to delegate the powers, the authorities, and have supervision on them, no doubt about it, but give them the power to take some action. Give the delegation of authority and responsibility is a very important part in any organization, and that gives another person a sense of responsibility, and he becomes a little more alert, conscious while taking decision and while working in your campus, in your setup, in your business. Keep an eye, and if someone is actually going very wrong, then it's a time for you to correct them immediately, and you should not hesitate in speaking truth. And you don't have to be very manipulative, because that wastes a lot of time. You have to be very clear in your words, clear cut in your communication, so that you can save the time of the organization and can grow much faster. So if these points, somebody can keep it in mind, then I'm sure you will be able to climb the ladder a little fast.
I got it, Sandeep Marwah. Means I think it has touched me as well. Being vigilant and delegating the tasks with and supervising them and checking. I think it's very difficult. It's very difficult to delegate the responsibility sometimes. But as you said, I think, it's a practice and trusting. As you said, one more factor, that trust the people and delegate to them, delegate the work. I think it's, as you said, if we work on this, we'll go definitely faster. But I think it's a bit difficult. It's a bit difficult and needs practice. Thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful tip, Sandeep Marwah. It is really very important etiquette, I feel, for leaderships to grow in their organization. And Sandeep Marwah, how can you define yourself?
Oh my God, you have to define me. I can't define myself. I'm a humble, simple Indian, and I believe in humanity as a religion, and I can only say that I'm a God-fearing person, and I feel that karma hi puja hai. Your work is, अगर आप मंदिर, मस्जिद, गुरुद्वारा, गिरजाघर नहीं जा सके, कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन आप अगर अपना काम ईमानदारी से कर सकते हैं, तो वही पूजा है. This I have definitely realized.
Wonderful, Sandeep Marwah ji. I think we are carrying all this now with us, whatever you are telling. And Sandeep Marwah ji, as you, how much credit as a leader, as a person, how much credit do you like to give to luck in your I will not tell success, because if I tell success, then again you will say, no, I'm not successful. So I will not use that now. So how much percentage do you like to give to the luck? Do you think luck really plays, Sandeep Parvati, and compared to the hard work?
See, if I would have been American, I would have given you a quote. Okay, bad luck is bad planning and good luck is good planning. That's this is what Americans, they talk like this. But when we are in India, obviously we people are so religious, so spiritual. We are, so we have a different set of mind. And here we do believe in luck. So let's divide everything into major 4 segments, if I'm not wrong. The first is planning. If your planning is okay, if you have put in a lot of efforts, research, if you have put in detailing of your project, probably that carries 25%. 25% is your execution, how you are executing that particular project. And 25% is the hard work, the leisure, the public relation, your movement, your staff, your people around you, your selection of the people. And last 25%, I will definitely leave it to luck, because we've been brought up in that kind of environment that nothing moves without Almighty's permission. So that's for sure there. But then no God says that don't work and I'll give you everything. That also never happened. So that means you have to put in efforts. कर्म किए जा फल की चिंता मत कर रहे इंसान, जैसे कर्म करेगा वैसे फल देगा भगवान. तो कर्म तो करना ही है, और कर्मों में प्लानिंग, डिजाइनिंग, execution, your setup, your people, your hard work, your honesty, your commitments, everything matters. And last 25%, I think you should leave to Almighty to decide.
Wonderful, wonderful answer, Sandeep Marwah. You have executed, you have planned, and you have designed it, the answer in such a wonderful way. Wonderful, Sandeep Marwah. So, Sandeep Marwah, as you said about that, जब भी बचपन से every person will be having an image. Will be having an image of a person. Oh, जब मैं बड़ा होऊंगा तो इसके जैसे बनूंगा. Means I will do like this, I'll wear like this. Means usually we have that, we imitate that. Our brain automatically takes that. Whether it is a character, whether it is a personality, whether it is his feelings or his style. So I would like to ask you as well, Sandeep Marwah, like whether it is a character, whether it is a personality, whether it is a style. Whom do you think you have got that image? Whose person's image you have?
No, see, I tell you, I've been a driver to my father for 4 or 5 years. When I passed out my college, I learned driving, and I used to drive with my father to his work. And sometime I had to sit outside for 2 hours when he's been also waiting inside to gather or book some kind of a business. But then I learned, because I got that wonderful opportunity with my father for hours and hours together in the car. And when we've been driving, he's been talking his experience. He's been talking about his everyday's experiences. And that has added a lot to my experience, trust me. So I think I had already created an image of my father when I was a kid in my mind. Because I realized that my father is a saint. He is so sober, he's so polite, he's so down to earth, he's so helping, and he's never shouted, he's never abused in his life, he's never got agitated, he never shouted anybody in his life. So I realized what a wonderful personality he has, and it was difficult to find people like him, because I've been dealing with other people also even that time, whether my families or my uncles or business associates, and that's what left huge impact on me. That why can't I be like my father? So I tried to copy him and took all those best of the things possible from my father and created an idolship for him. And that's what I feel now. But during the childhood, I just actually found my book where it was a diary which I used to write in my 6th class, 7th class, 8th class. So I was going through my own diary, which I forgot for so many years. And I read that I have written there that I'm a kid, I'm maybe 10 years old, but I had written that I will never drink in my life. I will be vegetarian in my life. And I will become that people should copy me in my simple English language. And I found that, and I realized that, oh my God, I have been committed to my own statements for all these years. And I'm happy that I could do that. I was a kid. So as a kid, you are generally affected by your surroundings, what has happened in front of you. So these things do matter in building up your character and your thinking process. So I'm very happy when I've grown up, when I found that now I'm a grown up and I'm part of media. I'm getting into the media and entertainment industry from my higher secondary and then my college days. And then I had 3 major principles of my life which I designed. Number one, that I will stay back into media and entertainment industry. This is my industry, and I will work for this industry. That's one. Or I'll give back to this industry. Second was that which always impacted me, that I am an Indian. I will serve my nation to my best and give back to my nation. And third point, which I realized that these are 3 major principles of my life even now. And third is that God has given us a wonderful opportunity to be a human being, and I must serve humanity to my best. So these are the 3 major points now I've been carrying with me. These are my 3 principles of life today.
These are not principles, Sandeep Marwah. I think this is you are taking it and walking it in your life. In this interview from the beginning till now, means I heard humanity so many times from you, so many times, not just once, which is coming out from your mind. Yes, Sandeep Marwah. Shall I take a second?
Yeah. Please, next. What you have.
Sandeep Marwah, I want to ask one question, very silly question. Nice. Dr. Sandeep Marwah means what makes Dr. Sandeep Marwah a smile, a happy? What incident or anything that makes Dr. Sandeep Marwah happy?
No, trust me. If you ask me that, I'm a very happy-go-lucky person. I feel very happy. Even the smallest thing when it gets through. I'm happy when I'm talking to you. I'm very happy when I'm doing my work. I'm very happy when I'm attending some events. I'm very happy when I'm meeting known and unknown people. I'm very happy when I'm talking to my students. I'm very happy. I mean, see, you don't have to actually look for an opportunity to be happy. I mean, Diwali aayegi, Holi aayegi, Eid aayegi, to hum hasenge. No, you have to take best use of every minute, every action, every occasion, every happening, every moment. Suddenly you have a guest, you have to be happy. Your servant has prepared a beautiful dish for you today. You have to be happy. You're asking for a cold drink and you manage to drink chilled Coca-Cola. You're happy. I mean, come on. I think people should learn to be happy. And that happiness, it comes from within. And you have to practice for it also. And you have to say that I'm happy. I'm happy. And why not? Because if God has given you a good body, a good mind, a good soul, a good surroundings, a good family, why not you should be happy?
So then I will ask you reverse now, Sandeep Marwah ji. तो डॉक्टर संदीप मारवा जी को गुस्सा कब आता है?
Oh, these are very, you're a human beings, and all the emotions are associated with you right from your childhood, right from your birth, I must say that. And irritation and agitations are, they are routine works. They're all part of the routine. But then only thing is that you should know how to overcome in less than a minute. Something happened wrong, which you were not expecting, you will be either amazed, you will be shocked, you will get irritated, agitated, you may shout, you can even go to a higher extent. But then you should know how to come back. That's very important. You can't carry this emotion for a longer period of time. Because if you're carrying this emotion, not only that you're spoiling the environment, not only that you are hitting the mind and heart of people around you, the worst part is that you are killing your own self. You're hurting yourself. You're spoiling your own health. So and the sky has not fallen down, by the way. If anything wrong has come up, if anything wrong has happened, then you should know how to excuse people. You should learn how to be sorry, and you should know, and you should be in a position to accept sorry. And all this exercise should be a fraction of a minute, not more than a minute. Otherwise, you'll waste time and you'll waste your relationships.
Exactly, Sandeep Marwah. What you said is the way if we get also, we should come back within is perfect and very good message, Sandeep Marwah ji. Sandeep Marwah ji, I want to ask you one more question. I hope I'm not disturbing you all these silly questions, Sandeep Marwah ji. But
No, not at all.
It looks silly, but I feel that people should know these things about the happiness, and because people like you should inspire us in this small way of how to walk in, how to get in this life through these etiquettes of leadership. Sandeep Marwah ji, my question to you is, आपने कभी अपने लाइफ में सोचा था कि गिव अप कर दूं, सब कुछ गिव अप कर दूं, ऐसा कभी सोचा था? Usually people think, आपका कभी, you for a moment also you felt?
Not exactly give up kar दूं. Give up means that you're surrendering yourself to unknown. Giving up is surrendering yourself to unknown. If you have to surrender something, then surrender to something better. That means surrender to God, surrender to a nation, surrender to humanity, surrender to your industry. That probably surrender would have been better. Surrendering without even knowing whom you're surrendering to is a stupidity. It's an illiteracy. Why you are educated so much, why you have studied, why you have gathered that experience? Because you want to fight with the circumstances, because you want to fight with the setup, you want to with the administration, with the establishment. And I have learned one thing, that nobody is wrong. Nobody is wrong in the thinking. There's only a difference of opinions. So the job of an intelligent man is to come down to the consensus, to come down to equal points, to come down to agreements. So a word which is called compromise is very important to learn. That, okay, there are 10 points. 2 points I reduce, 2 points you reduce. Let's join hands on 8 points, 6 points, and you're working together. It all starts from your home. There can be a difference of opinion between your own family. There can be a difference of opinion with your partners. There can be a difference of opinion with your working co-workers. It can be a difference of opinion with the government. There can be a difference of opinion with the God. Because you wanted to do something like this, but God doesn't want you to do that. So somewhere you have to compromise, because God has something better for you. And you have to wait for that. So patience is the key to success. And someone who has changed with time, who has changed with circumstances, who have compromise doesn't mean that surrender, never. Compromise means come to the conclusion, come to the agreement, And that's the right way to move forward. You'll find every step you'll find a stone. Every step you'll find difference of opinion. Every step you will find hindrances. But then that means stop doing, stop working, stay back home, lie down, sleep. No. You have to struggle. You have to work hard in solving those problems. It will take some time. It'll take more time. It may be difficult. It may be very easy. And so this is the kind of a stamina you have to carry as a leader. When I see leader, it starts with L. L means the longitude and latitude of the problem. If you're a leader, you must carry this word, the latitude and longitude, and create a frame of problems. That's the first step. That be ready to face unforeseen circumstances. Then only you can get into any job, any business, any setup. The L does mean that. So if you're a leader, then you have to be first mentally prepared that I am here to solve the problems. And problems are part of life, part of business, part of any setup. A smallest and the biggest. Prime Minister has his own problems. President has his own problems. A chairman of a multinational company has his own problems. A panwala or a road vendor has his own problems. So problems, they never die. Problems never die. So you have to solve them. Carry that. Because the next letter of leader is E. And this E stands for enthusiasm. Never lose your enthusiasm. That the way you have got into business, the way you have started a project, keep that enthusiasm on. So what if there are problems on the way? So that E stands us and speaks about enthusiasm. When I say A stands for attitude. You have to have a very sober, down-to-earth, polite, humble, compassionate attitude. It's required for a leader. You just cannot dictate terms, or you just cannot beg people to do work. Carry that attitude. Change your colors with the color of the staff, color of the people you meet around. Be friends to anyone and everyone, small and big, right and left. So that attitude is a very important sector. The D stands for determination. दृढ़ता कि अगर मैंने ये सोचा है तो मुझे पूरा करना है, because that determination will give you petrol to move further. कि, oh my God, I haven't started and I have problems, but I still have to do. And now the minute you've solved first problem, there'll be another one. But that determination, which is not for sale, it comes from within. That will carry and take you to goals. I faced hundreds of problems. I don't find them problem. I say they are stepping stones. When I started Noida Film City, when I designed this film city, I was declared a stupid madman, crazy, film buff, film goer. I mean, people, they could not even understand me what I'm talking about. For them, it was like going to moon. Imagine, 40 years back, before 71, if somebody would have said in 1965, I want to go to moon, यार पागल हो गए हो क्या? Moon की तो हम आरती उतारते हैं. वो तो हमारा, nobody knew there's a planet which we can conquer as a human being. So when we can conquer moon, why can't we conquer our own small goals which are still on the earth?
Wow, wonderful.
So these are you have to have that determination, very important. So like,
wonderful. Sandeep Marwah ji, आपने क्या बोल दिया आपने? When we can conquer moon, why can't we conquer our small goals? I think everyone should. Everyone should make a note of this. I was inspired like anything. I think I'll never forget this, what you said now. It's amazing, Sandeep Marwah ji. The height of the inspiration that you have given right now is really that attitude we need to carry on with that we can conquer our goals when we can conquer the moon. Wow.
See, there is another letter here which after D, it becomes E. And the E is energy, excitement. Very important. That if you are, so that means you have to take care of your health. You have to take care of the health of your people. You have to see to it that they don't get hurt. They should be smiling. A very word smile you have just asked me. So that is hidden E. When you have you have enthusiasm, when you have excitement in your business, it will bring back smile to your business people, and they'll work hard. They will go further. They will enjoy. They will love solving problems. The next letter is R. R stands for research. We have a very bad habit of jumping into conclusion without studying the history. I mean, imagine I'm a student of a research, and only last week I had a massive research seminar when I had people from NASA and the IITians and IMMs and all that, and they were all listening to my speech, and I spoke about research for 2 hours. And they were happy that because I told them that it's the credit goes to my research, because when I studied Indian media and entertainment industry, I studied the film cities in the country. I realized India is the largest film producing country in the world, and we have only 3 stations in the country: Mumbai, Madras, and Calcutta. I mean, that was beyond my own understanding, that how come we are growing even without film cities in this country. So that was the time when I decided to have a film city. That's all because of my research. And then when I designed, people accused, abused. I have heard best of the adjectives, but I was adamant. I had a great determination. And I made it a point that I must see to it that this film city must come up. 35 years back, you're right. And then I had to, only thing is that I had to convince people. In the first instance, anything and everything new, extraordinary, innovative, when you throw to the public, you get no, stupid, crazy. These are the words you have to listen to. It's impossible. And then don't forget that the word possible is right when impossible. You just have to remove I am.
Yeah.
So, and I had to do the same thing. So when they say it's impossible, I say, no, I am here to make it possible. And then people start believing me. I submit the project to Noida Authority, and to my good luck, from negativity to positivity, from no to yes, though it took me 86 December, I submit the project, 87 December, I saw the light of the day. And it took me 1 year, but the project was passed by UP government. They were hesitant. There was so much of reluctancy. There was so much of objections. People were worried. Government was tense. The money department, the finance department of UP was also creating objections. But then last 25% worked. Yeah, good luck. And the good sense prevailed because of Almighty, and everyone said, yes, go ahead with this project. And suddenly Noida Film City came into existence, and I was given a status of founder of Noida Film City.
I think Shah Rukh Khan's dialogue, Sandeep Marwah ji, जब किसी चीज को शिद्दत से चाहते हैं तो पूरी कायनात उसको आपसे मिलाने की कोशिश करती है.
This is what I said. When you are positive, the whole universe, the whole atomic powers start working with you. That's for sure. And I think this, and today I'm very happy to say that Noida Film City is the fastest growing film city in the world. It's a 100-acre complex, 75 acres outdoor, 25 acres indoor, 16 studios. Out of 16 studios, 350 channels are being broadcast to 162 countries, 24/7. There are about 17,000 media professionals who are working there in 3 shifts of 8 hours each. The cascading effect is that approximately 150,000 people today, they are earning their bread because of this film city. God has been so kind.
Wonderful.
And now when now people say that you are founder of Noida Film City, it gives you immense pleasure. It gives you so much of satisfaction.
Satisfaction, exactly. I feel contentment. We can see that when there is a rejection to the positivity, and from positivity to acceleration and everyone supporting your thoughts. It really matters. I can understand your emotions, Sandeep Marwah, like when you have completed this 35 years of successful journey, emotions. It's wonderful. Sandeep Marwah, I want to ask you, like, you are in film industries. You are in film industry. You are a producer. You are a journalist. So shall I ask you, like, which is your favorite movie?
Oh, well, they're ample actually. Very difficult to answer because I've seen so much and so many of them. And
Which makes you feel like, yes, this is mine. Like, which makes you happy?
no, I think because I've been a student of cinema, I've been a teacher and a professor in cinema, I've been a lover of cinema. Uh, I have a huge collection of films. I love all of them. I love every cinema. The cinema probably which has failed in the eyes of public, I even love that cinema. Why? Because I know that so much of sweat and blood which has gone in making of the cinema, and around about 4,000 people they get involved in making of a one cinema. I have a great respect for producers, directors, cinematographers, editors, actors, and anyone and everyone who are involved even in that film which has not done well. So there, if you go back and see those films also, you will find there's something good in that. You can still learn from that film, and that film will also teach you something. So this is a very broad perspective I carry because I'm running the biggest film school of this part of the country. We have been already rated as the first and best film schools of the world. One film can probably disappoint many other my friends.
No. और आप गुनगुनाते क्या है संदीप मारवा जी? What comes
तो
with
सारा
song
दिन
comes.
मैं सारा दिन गुनगुनाता हूँ.
कर
कई बार मैं किसी इवेंट में बैठा प्रोग्राम दे रहा हूँ, देख रहा होता हूँ, तभी भी मैं गुनगुना रहा होता हूँ. तो साथ वाले को कहना पड़ता है, भाई साहब, कैन यू बी प्लीज सिंग योर सॉन्ग विद इन यू.
बट आप गुनगुनाते कौन सा पसंद से गुनगुनाते हैं आप?
You see, I love music. I'm a great fan of music. Luckily, I'm also now running one of the finest music school of the country. And I used to sing, actually. I used to sing, but then I stopped singing because one, that I couldn't get that much time. I couldn't practice much. And then I have taken many other extraordinary responsibilities on my shoulders. So somehow you have to compromise. Somewhere you have to, keep your table free from some of the things. Then only you can work on some other projects. But
हमारे लिए गुनगुना दीजिए 2 lines संदीप मारवा जी, please.
अरे बाबा.
Please. Your voice is amazing, Sandeep Marwah. I'm sure it will be memory for us.
चलिए 2 लाइनें आपने कहा है तो गा ही देते हैं. ओ होरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर में, सागर मिले कौन से जल में, कोई जान ना. ओ होरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में, नदी मिले सागर में, सागर मिले कौन से जल में, कोई जाने ना. ओरे ताल मिले नदी के जल में.
Wow, mashallah, it's so amazing. Sandeep Marwah, I told you, your voice is amazing, and the song that you have chosen, such a great song with such a great meaning in that. It is wonderful. Raj Kapoor's, I love this. Even I sing this song. It's very nice.
Oh,
thank you, Sandeep Marwah. Thank you so much. It is, thank you for accepting and singing for us. You made our day by this. It is, thank you, Sandeep Marwah. Our last, Sandeep Marwah, आपका favorite food भी बता दीजिए.
Well, I think very easy for me.
खुशी से आप खाते हैं.
No, I'm a vegetarian, and anything which is vegetarian is my food. But definitely, I prefer eating at home. That's my first preference because food at home is fantastic. That's for sure. But then that's the first choice. you're out, I mean, you can't carry a home food. My first preference automatically becomes Indian food, then obviously followed by anyone and anything, whether it's been Chinese or Italian or Japanese or Mexican or a Lebanese. I've tried all sort of foods all over the world. I'm well traveled and I've been moving to different countries, different locations, different setups, different cities. And I love entering into new restaurants. But the only thing which I prefer is that the food has to be vegetarian.
वेजिटेरियन, यस। और आपने इतने कंट्रीज घूमे, कौन सी कंट्री आपको सबसे अच्छी लगी?
Oh, beautiful! All of them. I mean, like I think every country has its own specialization, own beauty. Best of the things which I have been noticing, whether you are in Europe or in America or in Asia or Africa, anywhere in the world. I have missed on Australia continent. Rest everything I have covered. Probably my next visit may be on this side. And I love the culture of the people, trust me. And that's the reason that I have been working and promoting art and culture. I'm so thankful to Almighty. I'm so thankful to the government of 68 countries of the world who have nominated me as their cultural ambassador, culture representative. And I'm working with all the 68 countries right now. Probably there'll be many more time to come, but right now, whether these countries which are part of Africa, Asia, Europe, America, South America, North America, I'm working with them. I'm meeting them. I love their language, their culture, their food, their clothing, their films, their architecture, their poetries, the paintings. And I'm associated with large number of events. I've just created another world record of mine by conducting 7,500 events, which is the largest in the world for any individual to organize. And same way, I love making cinema, and I have made largest number of short films in the world. I made only 3,300 films, and I have given opportunity to 15,000 filmmakers from more than 100 countries of the world, only because I love the culture. And when they come, we blend India and their own country's culture together and create a new film. And I've touched large number of countries. When I go abroad, I always carry a big heart and a large eyes to observe more. And I found that the whole world is so beautiful. People are so good. They're so nice. They're so helpful. They're so supporting. They love human beings. And you'll find all sort of people in all the countries, but you have to have I think, the correct eyes and the right ears to understand them. And trust me, the only thing which can unite the world is the art and culture. And I have given 30 years back, I gave this statement to the world: love, peace, and unity through art and culture. And I'm very happy that this line has been picked by many countries, many people, many prime ministers and presidents, many international leaders, and they have started speaking this line, which gives me immense pleasure, satisfaction, and that makes me spiritually very high. That something what you have quoted is being picked up by so many people at the same time. And we are propagating this line through our another spiritual organization, which is called World Peace Development and Research Foundation. And luckily, I'm chairing now 100 organizations of different sort, different genre. And that gives me a lot of support, because when I decide something, all these 100 organizations, we join together and we reach 3 million people at the same time. I think that's the way we all have to work, because at the end of the day, we all are one family. The world is one family. We have to believe in that.
It's exactly, Sandeep Marwah, exactly. Last question, Sandeep Marwah. I know I'm taking much of your time, but because this is completely personal about your 35 years, so we want to know everything from you, all these things. So I'm trying to spill the beans from you, everything today. Sandeep Marwah, for the women of, as this is the month of Women's Completely March, uh, we want you to give a very candid message for the women, not to be in the fool's paradise, just thinking that yes, we are empowered or this and that. Candid message
No,
so
no,
that
it's
they
not
can
that. See, I have a different concept. I've been brought up by my mother. I've been supported by my sister. I've been helped and thoroughly encouraged by my own wife. And I have three very important women in my life. I have a great regard for women, and you are nothing without women. I mean, a country which has taught us to bow before Mother Goddess. If you want wealth, you have to bow before Mother Goddess Kali for your protection. You have to bow before Mother Goddess Saraswati for art and culture. Yeah, and you have to bow before another goddess, Shakti, for power. So the fact is that our ancestors were very intelligent. They knew that if you are not going to give respect to women at any stage of time, you will never prosper in life. And that's what I realized, that if there is no respect, if there is no respect for women in your house, that house will never flourish. In community, that community will not flourish. In state or country, that country will never grow. And if you ignore this, if you ignore women, then probably prosperity will never come back to you. So I think it's a message, maybe for with my own experience, 44 years I've been working in creative arts, and we have given due respect, due credit to women for any and everything. And it's not that I'm just talking, I believe in it. And half of the people who are working with me, they are women, and I get a lot of support from them. And they are innovative, they are intelligent, they are hardworking, they are honest to their profession, and probably all the best adjectives, if you can find from dictionary, they apply to women. And I think we're very lucky that we have the blessings. And I never ignore women. Any event, any education setup, any program, we see to it that we must give the seat to women to speak their mind, to speak their heart out.
Exactly, Sandeep Marwah. What is you said amazing. Etra naryastu pujyante ramante tatra devataha. That's what. Thank you so much for the respect, Sandeep Marwah. It is, I think, every woman who might have heard this, everyone will be so feeling so proud as Lakshmi, Saraswati, all in the different ways. Each and every woman is playing her role. And thank you for this immense respect, Sandeep Marwah. And thank you so much for your time, for all the positive vibes that you have. But one positive capsule, the secret capsule that of yours.
You love your work. Love your work. Whether it's small, big, whether it's an assignment, whether it's an event, whether it's a small proposition out of a big, large chunk of business. But whatever you are doing, do it wholeheartedly. That should be the mantra for anyone who wants to do something in life. Love your work, and you will never feel tired.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sandeep Maharaj. This capsule, now we will keep it with us. Love your work, yes. Thank you so much, Sandeep Maharaj. I'm sure everyone will store this capsule's name and will never miss it. And thank you, Sandeep Maharaj. We need your blessings always. International Institute of Influencers always gets motivated from you, and we need your blessings always in influencing the world, Sandeep Maharaj.
What a pleasure to be here with you today.
Thank you once again, Sandeep Marwah. Thank you so much for your time. And wishing you all the very best, Sandeep Marwah.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Sandeep Marwah.
Bye-bye.
this young boy from Muscat who is an international motivational speaker, a youth ambassador of III. Please join me in welcoming Ryan Syed.
So everyone, it's an honor to swim and dive and, deep into the ocean of influencers we all got here. Give a thunderous round of applause to these panelists here. Leadership is the ability to change the direction of thought of an individual without applying any force.
Wonderful function today. The spirit behind it is tremendous, immense.
24/7 he's thinking of III, and it is nice to meet all of you.
Our founder, director, and CEO of International Institute of Influencers, Dr. Shama Hussain on the stage.
एक कहानी बताते हैं. I'll tell one story. There were two brothers. One was very rich and the other one was not. So he came to his younger brother and said, मेरे पास Bentley है, मेरे पास Rolls Royce है, मेरे पास Mercedes है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? So क्या है? So what will be the answer of that boy? मेरे पास vision है.
I believe we are in a day and an age and a time where we're looking for visionaries. We need visionaries that can set the pathway of what our future looks like. To get behind someone that has that type of vision is something I support 110%.